Morning all, I'm Johnny B and welcome to Sunny Coast Celtic episode 46. How's it all going today? Hope everybody's well. First of all, I'd like to just congratulate brother Wilfred for getting the job and wish him all the very best for the next few games and the rest of the season. And then obviously in January he can sort of build a team that he's kind of can see from his own eyes, rather than what he's been given and what he's been walked into. So yeah, hopefully he does a great job. He's got a real sort of 3 big games coming up. Where else would you want to start? You're as well just getting thrown in at the deep end, and that's what he's done. So hopefully he has a really good start against Hearts this weekend, and then obviously Roma during the week, and then the cup final. So you couldn't ask for any 3 better games to come into. It's either going to go tits up, or he's going to be absolutely fantastic. He'll be elated. It's just, I feel sorry for the guy. He's came in when Martin O'Neill's won every single league game that he's played in, and he's got manager of the month. He's had a great result in Europe and a bad result the first game. So the poor guy's coming in here to hide into nothing. If he goes, we expect him to go well, but if he doesn't go so well, it's going to be hard. The fans, everybody will be on his case, the media, everything, and poor Martin will be sitting in the house going, well, I could have just kept going for another, even to after Christmas or whatever, you know. But I suppose you have to make that decision, and good on them for making the decision of bringing the new guy in. Let's just hope he does well. I've got no idea what his formation is going to be, but like there's people saying he plays a 3-4-3. Is he going to start off with that? I don't think so. I think he'll probably go with a 4-3-3 and then work it out for there. And that way he knows what we're up against and how we're going to play. Could he go with a 4-4-2? I don't know. It's really going to be difficult to pick the team for this weekend's game. But again, if we get a really promising result and a good result, we're tapping the league by 3 points. And it's going to be hard for Hearts to sort of catch up with us again, unless they have a real good run of games, and I don't know if that's going to happen. And they look like they're the only ones that's maybe going to challenge this year. I know it's a bit early to shout that, but I don't think the other side of the city is going to. I don't think they're going to do very well, and I hope that doesn't come back to bite me in the arse. But they just look like a team that's just nothing at the moment. So, and Hearts they've stumbled over the last 3 or 4 games. So it's good for us, and we've kind of struggled, but we've won the games. I mean that Dundee game during the week, that we should have been 4-0 up. We should have beat them with 4 or 5, and we never. So there's no point in getting back the way. A lot of players didn't play well, and this was my point in the podcast before the Dundee game. Change it up, put Bernardo in, put Luke McCown in the midfield. You know, switch up, put Benji in the midfield. Give the boys a rest that have done it over the last few weeks and that have been playing well. We would have beat Dundee whether we had that team or another team on the park. I know Martin's a stickler for, you know, the same teams, but I just think we should have changed it against them, and then we would have all been fresh for the Hearts game, because you don't want to be juggling it now. So it's just a pity that we should have juggled it on Wednesday night against Dundee, and we'd have had players with a wee bit more fitness coming into the Hearts game, because we did look tired against Dundee, and I don't know why people's making this excuse that we've had a few games and we're tired. There's no need for that. We could have shuffled the pack. We could have brought all the fringe players in against Dundee and still won, and we'd have had a lot more players to choose this week against Hearts. So I think that the mistake was made there. We should have played all the ones that I did say before the podcast, and we'd have been fresh as a daisy for this weekend's game. But anyway, it's just a pity the big guy. I hope he does well in these 3 games, because these are the ones that's going to either make or break him, and it'll give him that bunch of confidence. If he comes out and wins these 3 games, it'll be brilliant. I'm not so much. Alright, you'd like to beat Roma now because Martin's got his back in a position, but if I was going to lose any of these games, it would be the Roma game. Do you know what I mean? And the other 2 should take care of themselves, but it'd be nice to win all 3. That's just being greedy, or has that just been a Celtic supporter and I realised that with these teams we could beat? Don't know a lot about Roma. I'll have a wee look at them before Wednesday, but let's just talk about the Hearts game this week. So Hearts will come here and they're no confident at the moment, but they defend well and they're all right. So we can't treat them too easy. I don't think they're any better than Dundee, and I think we dominated against them, and I think we will on Saturday, this Sunday. I just don't know what team he's going to put out in the field. Obviously, it's his first game. He's going to be. I think Martin's probably gave him a bit of advice before he left. Just to, it's not really advice, but just letting him know his thoughts on the team and everything else. So hopefully he gets that right on Sunday against Hearts. So I'm going to have a stab at the team. So I think Schmeichel will be in goals. That's a no-brainer. Right back, if Kobe Donovan's fit, he'll play. Is he fit? I don't know. If he doesn't, Tony Ralston will play there. Midfield will be Trusty, back two will be Trusty and Scales. Left back will be Kieran Tierney, because Sarachi picked up a knock, so don't know what's happening there. So yeah, that'll be your back four, I'm assuming. Midfield, I think he'll have to go with Callum McGregor, Rio Hatate and Engels. I think that's going to be your midfield. None of them have done anything wrong. We just never really clicked. We did look a bit tired the other night, and maybe this week, Lisa Lifey, a new manager, come in and lift everybody, lift the spirits, lift everything for this weekend's game. So hopefully that's the case. Up front, is Dyson going to be fit? Aye, he's got a black eye, he'll probably be alright. So he'll go through the middle. I think he'll start with Yang, and I'd like to see Tenecti starting. Nothing against Luke McCown, but it's not his natural position. And I think that's where we could have changed it up the other night as well. I've got nothing against the boy, he should be in the midfield. If he drops into, I think he's going to have to drop to the bench. You've got to put Tenecti in. We've got to give this boy a run, because he's good when he's on the ball. And I think we've got to get him in there somehow. I'm hoping the new manager has a crack and puts him in there. So I think that will be your front three. If he plays 4-3-3, he could play a 3-4-3. If he does, who's going to be at the back? It'll be probably Scales, Trusty and Kieran Tierney on the left hand side, Trusty on the right and Scales in the middle. So that could be that, and then that could give us an extra midfielder, because we've got tons of midfielders. You could bring your Luke McCown in beside Hatate, and you could Engels and Nygren. So it's a really good midfield. That would be a smart, brilliant midfield, and then the same three up front. So it could change it like that. We just have to see how this boy's going to lay out his team, Brother Wilfred, and hopefully gets it right. Now, my prediction for the game this weekend is going to be, I'm going to say 3-0 Celtic. Maeda, first goal again. So, optimistic or not, I don't know. I don't think so. I think we should be beating Hearts 3-0 at Parkhead. So, I don't know, everybody's calling it the big game and it's top two, but I just think they're too good for Hearts, and I don't think they'll score, as long as we get it right at the back. Because this guy, I don't know whether he's a offensive player or defensive, but I'm hoping that we just don't let any goals in. It'd be good, another clean sheet again for Casper. So anyway, let's hope for the best. I'll talk to you after the game, and hopefully I'm right. So Maeda and 3-0. Anyway, apart from that, have a great weekend and hail hail.